A client came to us last month spending $1,200 a month on 4 different AI tools: a writing tool, a scheduling tool, a data tool, and a customer service bot. None of them talk to each other, and his team is literally copying and pasting between all 4 manually every day. We came in, replaced all 4 with one custom workflow, and within 2 weeks, he had something running that cost him almost nothing to run. Now, a completely different client, similar sized company, came to us and said, "I want you to build me a custom AI chatbot from scratch." And I told him, "You should probably just use Intercom and turn on the AI feature." This saved him a lot of time and overcomplicated theories. Same agency, 2 completely different recommendations, and both were the right call. Because the answer is never always build, and it's never always buy. The problem is that most businesses don't have a framework for making that decision, so they guess, and guessing with AI is expensive. I'm Amadou, I run an AI consulting agency, and this is literally the first conversation we have with every single client before we build anything and before we recommend anything. Because if you get this decision wrong, everything else after this is a waste of time and money. So there are about 2 traps that businesses fall into, and almost everyone is in at least one of them. So trap number 1, the shiny tool trap. This is the person who saw a cool AI demo on LinkedIn, they got excited and immediately bought 3 subscriptions that they barely use. They've got tools stacked on top of tools, and none of them are actually solving real workflow problems. They just look impressive on a dashboard that no one checks. Trap number 2, the custom everything trap. This is the founder who assumes custom equals better. It doesn't, and custom means slower, more expensive, but also harder to maintain. And if you don't actually need it, you just blew 5 figures on something that HubSpot could have handled for $50 a month. Here's what both of these get wrong. They're starting with the tool. They're asking, what should I use, before asking, what does my process actually need? And that's backwards. The tool doesn't matter, the process matters. The tool is just how you execute it. Okay, let me give you the actual framework. 4 questions, that's it. You answer these 4 honestly, and the decision actually makes itself. Question 1, how unique is your process? And be honest with yourself here. If your workflow is standard, scheduling, basic customer support, email marketing, just buy something. There are a ton of incredible tools out there already, and you don't need custom for commodity tasks. But if your process is genuinely unique to your business, if it's the thing that makes you different from competitors, now we're talking about building. Question 2, how important is integration? This is a big one, is often overlooked. If the tool needs to talk to 3 or more other systems in your stack, off-the-shelf tools always create some more problems than they solve. You end up with Zapier chains that break at 2 a.m., data that doesn't sync, and your team spending more time fixing the automation than doing the actual work. When integration matters, custom takes precedent. Question 3, what's your timeline? If you need something working by Friday, buy something. Seriously, don't try to build, get tools, test it, move on. But if you can invest 2 to 6 weeks into a solution that's going to serve you for years, that's when building starts to make a lot of sense. Question 4, what's the cost of being wrong? If you have a low stakes process, just buy something cheap and test it. Nobody really cares. If this is a revenue critical process, if getting it wrong means losing clients, missing deadlines, or burning money, you want to own that. You want custom, you want more control over it. So that's 4 questions. That's the whole framework. And I promise, if you run any process through those 4, the answer becomes obvious. Now, let me save you some time. There are entire categories where building custom is almost never worth it. And I say this as a person who builds custom solutions for a living. AI writing assistants, just buy one. Transcription, just buy it. Basic image generation, just buy it. Anything where the tool is being updated constantly by a team of 50 engineers, you do not want to maintain that yourself. And anything there where good enough is like genuinely good enough, just buy the thing. Stop trying to build a better mousetrap when $20 mousetraps work just fine. I'm serious. I've had clients come to me wanting to build a custom transcription engine, and I think I definitely push back on it just to tell them to use Otter or another service like Fireflies, and you're done. You move on to that problem that actually needs you. Okay, flip side. There are situations where off-the-shelf tools will actually leave you frustrated in almost any situation. So number 1, when your competitive advantage depends on the process. If your secret sauce is how you onboard clients, for example, how you handle intake or deliver results, don't hand that to a generic tool. That's why most people choose you over the next guy, so make sure you own that. Number 2, when you need multiple systems working together seamlessly. I had a client who tried to use end-to-end plus 4 different tools to automate their intake process. They spent more time fixing broken nodes and different workflows than actually doing the actual work. We came in, built one custom workflow, and it just works every time. Number 3, when you've outgrown the tool. So I'm pretty sure you know the feeling. You're spending more than enough time on like workarounds and actual work. You're duct taping features together. You've got about 3 browser tabs open just to do one task, and that's pretty much your sign. And number 4, when data privacy and control genuinely matter. If you're in healthcare, legal, finance, anywhere data sensitivity is real and impactful, you need to know exactly where your data lives and who has access to it. Here's a simple test. If you're spending more time working around the tool than working with it, that's your sign to build. So here's what we actually recommend to most of our clients. And this actually might surprise you. The real answer is almost never 100% build or 100% buy. It's knowing exactly which pieces to buy and which to build. We call it buy the base, build the edge. Starting with the off-the-shelf tools for speed, get something working, maybe identify the gaps, the places that the tool falls short, where you're doing a lot of manual workarounds where the process breaks, for example, and then build custom in those gaps. For most businesses, the sweet spot is about 70% bought tools and 30% custom that actually glue and connect everything together to fill those gaps. So for example, like your CRM, you probably bought that, your email platform, your project management tool, all things like that. The workflow that takes maybe like a new lead from your website and enriches their data and routes them to the right team member and kicks off a personalized onboarding sequence automatically, that's more of a custom piece, and that's the 30%. And that 30% is where all the leverage lives. The smartest businesses don't choose build or buy, they know exactly where the line is. And once you know where the line is, you stop wasting money on both sides. So here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment right now. Are you more of a buy everything person or a build everything person? And if you're sitting here thinking, honestly, I have no idea which side my business falls on, that's literally what we help with. We'll look at your current tools, your processes, and tell you exactly where you're wasting money and where custom build might actually pay for itself. No pitch, no pressure, just clarity. Link is in the description. I'll see you in the next one.